This is Jonathan Moody of Indie Corner TV, and I'm here with...
Brendan Kennedy.
And I'm CB Wilkins.
And we are doing the most craziest thing ever. We're having a podcast and a video cast at the same exact time.
We have to be careful we don't upload this on the internet at the same time or the universe could explode.
It's a paradox.
That would be a paradox, yes. Now, what do you guys do down here?
So CB and I...
This is What's a Podcast. This is What's a Podcast.
So this is the podcast we have. So CB and I both do improv and stand-up comedy, and CB is really into a lot of like comic book and sci-fi stuff, and he kind of got me into it. And so last year I came out to this for the first time, and I was so excited. We thought, why don't we just get a booth? And so now we're able to talk to people, and it's been really fun.
Anything to add to that?
That all sounded correct.
Okay. So how long have you guys been doing this?
What about 4 years now? So
Yeah, I've been doing the podcast 4 years. I've been doing stand-up about 6.5. He's doing it like 12. So.
Are you guys locals?
Yeah.
Yep.
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach.
Yes, sir. So,
All right.
So tell me about your YouTube channel. Do you just talk to people who are into different kinds of like craft stuff? Or?
Well, I mean, we actually just started it. I've done podcasting for Blog Talk Radio for 10 years now, or almost 10 years. So we've been doing that. So I've been interviewing tons of different people. I actually interviewed Karen Ashley before on the radio show. So, yeah, the Yellow Ranger. So I'm hoping to get another interview with her tomorrow.
I saw a look in his face that said, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. And that's half the fun of this for me. Like, CB is a lot more into a lot of the stuff. He knows a lot more of the finer points. And so certain names will be dropped or certain comic book characters, and I'm like, cool, what is that? But I love it all the same. It's great.
Yeah. It's funny because like some of the people, like I used to be into comics and stuff, but I don't recognize writers and artists sometimes. So
There's so many of them.
There's so many of them, and so when I hear that people have done some of my favorite ones, I get so excited.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you guys have gotten a chance to interview that you guys gone crazy for?
I think, no, it's funny, like, so far what a lot of the people that we've talked to have been just people walking by, and it's really great. There was one kid who was up by, and he was talking about how he has, problems sometimes connecting with other people in, just day-to-day life, but one thing that he's interested in is, like, comic books and animation. And when he comes here, he feels like he's, able to connect with people. And so I don't necessarily, put it in the same category as like, when you meet like a celebrity, but just it was really, really cool to hear somebody talk about that firsthand in a genuine, authentic, unprompted way.
Who do you guys hope to interview?
Obviously, I'm hoping Flash Gordon will come over and talk with us. But Steve Orlando, actually, right over here, I think he's going to come chat with us in a while. And I'll be honest, he's a guy I did not know about before the con. But once I Googled and figured out, I'm like, I really am into this guy. He's doing a lot of cool stuff with gay and lesbian and bisexual characters in comics. It's very important stuff, I think.
And I'd really like to talk to Ernie Hudson and talk to him about his work on The Crow.
The Crow seems to be the one that everybody kind of, knows. Other than Ghostbusters,
That's what I like. I always mention The Crow. That's my favorite.
The Ghostbusters?
The Crow.
The Crow.
I love Ghostbusters, but The Crow. Come on.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you, what are you thinking about the new iteration? Go for it. The new iteration of Ghostbusters coming out with the new cast.
Well, I love Paul Feig. Actually, got an email from him once. So when he wasn't Paul Feig, the director of Ghostbusters, I don't think it'll happen now, but
you should try, see if he still has the same email address.
I don't think I have it anymore. I don't even remember how I got it. I think there was this page back in the day. There was like one where you could actually look up emails and stuff for people and stuff, and I got his, and I said I was a huge fan of his, of Freaks and Geeks, and so he was awesome, really nice, and I bought his book.
Excellent.
And
David Bowie.
oh my goodness, there's some crazy costumes, man.
I love people who go all out here.
So what's your favorite part of the whole Comicon experience? I think for me, it is just like the love and work that people put into their costumes, and just some people some require a little bit more creativity than others, but just like when they're perfectly executed, I really love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is my second Comicon, I think. I did Tidewater last year, and I'm coming back here this year. But it's definitely, because I do the horror conventions more, like Scares That Care.
Yeah, that's fun. Did you Blood on the Beach when they were having that?
I did the Blood on the Beach. I did, so I did like Texas Frightmare Weekend, Monster Mania. I mean, I do all those. But, this is my second Comic-Con convention. So people running around in superhero costumes is pretty like crazy, to me. Like, it's like they really want to be that character, or whatever.
One, when you were talking about horror movies, if you ever get the opportunity to talk to or meet Kane Hodder, have you ever seen? Yeah, when I was in school, he actually did a presentation where he showed probably like 9 or 10 of his favorite like kill scenes, and gave commentary during them. So it was kind of like that whole like Mystery Science Theater 3000 aspect, but really funny. And then at the end, he did a Q&A, which was incredible, just because I actually got to ask the guy who came up with all the scenes for Jason in Space. Come on, dude! Like, what the hell were you thinking? And he just gives you this look. He's like, I know it was terrible, but imagine, from my point of view as a stunt coordinator, it's kind of fun to think of like new ways to kill people in space.
Yeah.
So I can't hate on that. You tried.
I actually I saw Jason X twice in the theater, so I'm not gonna ever, hate on that movie.
I love that. That movie's so fun.
My favorite one is the one everybody least like people say Jason X maybe is the first one of them. Everybody hates Friday the 13th Part 8.
Right.
And I love that movie. It took it.
Where they go to New York.
Yeah, they took it out of Crystal Lake, and I mean, I thought it was a great. I liked it, So whatever, it's understandable, But I guess so. What else are you guys up to here?
We're gonna do Geeks Night of Comedy. We're gonna do some stand up and improv from 3:45 to 4:45, somewhere up there. Yeah, we've been doing that at every one of the cons. That's a great time. The comic convention crowds are the best. They're the best audiences you possibly have. They're just so nice, and they just are happy to have
references.
Yeah, I'm sure if you did this at like a sci-fi or something, they'd be like, huh, what are you talking about? But comic conventions, they get all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much, and thank you for having me on. Like, that's just awesome. This is like crazy. And thank you guys for watching and listening at the same time. It's crazy.
Don't listen to them both at once. You might die.
Might be confused. I don't know. All right. Well, thank you guys.